Hello and welcome to the Awesome Dynamic Show. This is Paul DeWarian with Awesome Dynamic, and today's webinar is a Amazon Roundtable. And the Amazon Roundtable is where we bring you the news of Amazon of the day, and we're going to get into all that content in just a moment. But just want to let you know, if you ever want to contact us to help you out with your Amazon seller account, you could do so by visiting awesomedynamic.com or calling us at 800-238-1811. And today we're going to have Phil introduce everybody and our topics. Phil.
All right. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate that. And again, that's Paul Dwarian. He is our fearless leader, owner, manager, president of Awesome Dynamic. Also joining us are Tim Dwarian, who is the man on the mountain as far as Amazon goes. We are also joined by an expert businessman who's done a lot of business on Amazon, and he does wonderful things as far as knowledge-wise and contributing to everything that we do here at Awesome Dynamic. And that is Blake. And then also auditing the course, as we say, is Amy, and she is going to be participating more and more in these. So with those introductions done, let me throw it back to Paul, who can maybe discuss a little bit about our overall topics for the day. I know, Paul, we're going to be talking about Walmart as well as Amazon. I'll be glad to introduce the first topic if you want.
Yes, please, if you could.
Okay, all right, good. Then our first topic is Walmart, and it's offering 2-day shipping. This has been a news story that's been covered by all the major news outlets, as well as a lot of the business publications. And it's effective this week. They're going to go to free 2-day shipping on purchases of $35 and up, and no membership required. Previously, they had a membership in place. They are trashing that in favor of just opening this up to anyone who's willing to spend more than $35, free 2-day shipping. I mean, the stakes definitely just got raised. So should Amazon sellers who have no inventory within Walmart be concerned? And what are some of the other concerns that we might have about this? Or is this overall a good thing for everybody?
Well, it's certainly turning up the heat on Amazon. I could definitely say that. The idea that someone's stepping up to the plate and offering a 2-day free shipping option is something that is kind of new to the market here. So obviously, Amazon's been doing it for a while. You have to have a membership to do that, and you get 2-day free shipping on anything if you're an Amazon Prime member. If you're not an Amazon Prime member, you get the 3 to 5 day Super Saver shipping if you're over a certain amount. So Amazon, or rather Walmart's coming in here, and they're saying 2-day free shipping on anything over $35, and that's really amazing. And it gives me pause as somebody who is really interested in fast shipping. I do prioritize ordering things on Amazon, especially I have that kind of instant gratification and just want that product delivered to my door in a couple days. And it's kind of interesting how Walmart's coming in and they're saying that they're going to do the same thing. And one thing that we always tell people is that you can charge a little bit more on Amazon because of the Amazon Prime program and the 2-day free shipping. And Walmart's coming in and they're offering the same thing. And what I wonder is, are they going to charge more for the items that they offer under the 2-day free shipping model on their website? Is the pricing going to be the same as what it always has been? I do know, because I do, where I happen to be right now, I do a lot of my grocery shopping on the Walmart website because I could just order it all. They do all the shopping. I just show up, pick up my groceries, and go back home. And that's a very convenient aspect of something they offer here in North Fort Myers, Florida. And the pricing on the website is exactly the same as what they have in the store. So that's something interesting. I wonder if this 2-day free shipping model is truly the same pricing that Amazon, or rather Walmart, advertises as the low price leader, and that's really their claim to fame in the retail world. Are they really going to be the low price leader with this 2-day free shipping model, or is there going to be something else going on?
Yeah, I wanted to comment on that a little bit. It's really interesting just seeing all the strides that Walmart is trying to take towards trying to capture some of that market share that Amazon has really taken over from them. Walmart's been the biggest retailer at least brick and mortar retailer in the U.S. For a very long time, and Amazon's starting to really threaten a lot of existing business models. And just is really interesting that it's almost like Amazon and Walmart flipped recently. So you just talked about how Amazon, now has increased their free 2-day, Super Saver shipping threshold from being $35 to $50, whereas Walmart changed from $50 per order to $35. But Walmart also offers free 2-day shipping with that. Amazon's is not free 2-day shipping. A couple of things that just to keep in mind that Walmart does not include with their with any of their programs is that they don't offer a lot of the Prime benefits like any kind of video streaming, ebook lending. Walmart doesn't have as nearly large of a selection as Amazon does, for instance. And of course, that with the Prime member, you get free 2-day shipping on pretty much everything. I mean, there's some really inexpensive things that you can't get with the free shipping, but for the most part, Amazon still has a lot of ancillary benefits that you don't get with Walmart. But we'll talk a little bit later about some of the other huge benefits that Walmart plans on. That basically how Amazon is approaching Walmart and Walmart's trying to approach Amazon in terms of what they're trying to offer to customers. So I think that's really, really huge. Keep in mind that, right now, Walmart and Best Buy are the only two retailers now that really offer free 2-day delivery with a $35 minimum. But I found this a very surprising thing is that 44% of all households are right now Prime members. So it seems like Walmart's not really trying to capture a lot of existing Prime members with this type of move. They're really trying to target those people who are not Prime members yet and trying to capture those people instead of them going into Amazon's ecosystem.
Yeah, I looked up some additional details on this particular offering from Walmart, and what I see is that items that are not marked as 2-day free shipping or 2-day shipping can still qualify for free 3 to 5-day shipping, which is interesting.
Okay.
Also, if you are under $35, you can pay another $6 and still get your order within 2 days. And the other thing that's a differentiator between Walmart and Amazon is that Amazon has created a system where you're actually getting deliveries 7 days a week. Walmart is saying that you don't get products on Saturdays. They didn't even address Sundays, but on their website they say that no Saturday. It says weekends and holidays are not included. So that's another differentiator between Walmart and Amazon in terms of the shipping windows and how they're going to be facilitating that. But bottom line here, Walmart's definitely stepping up the game here, and they're stepping into Walmart's or into Amazon's space as being the convenience factor. One thing I also wonder, and this has happened to me twice so far, I do enjoy a beer from time to time. And when I did a order with Walmart for the groceries, I ordered an 18-pack of Miller High Life, and they didn't have it in stock, so they automatically upgraded me to a 24-pack, and that's happened twice already. So Walmart's given me 2 free 6-packs. So I definitely haven't ever gotten that experience with Amazon. I haven't gotten any free 6-packs from them. But I wonder if some of the other things that Walmart's going to be doing, if they're going to do free upgrades, or if they're just going to tell you it's just not available. So just a side note I thought might be interesting to know. With that, shall we move on to the next article, Phil?
Sure. One more before we talk about what Awesome Dynamic can do for Amazon sellers. All right, so staying on the topic of Walmart, their stores are everywhere, and Amazon is undertaking all these innovative moves to try to get closer to the customer and make deliveries quicker and efficient as possible. So the question is, with Walmart having stores, at least one store in every town, depending on the size of the town, they've got these fulfillment centers basically everywhere. And so does this give Walmart potentially a leg up on Amazon? I mean, how big a threat is this to Amazon and to the sellers who aren't actually even on Walmart's radar and maybe can't break in?
Well, yeah. So this idea of Walmart, they essentially have a fulfillment network, and it's everywhere. I mean, you think of any small town across the United States. Many of them have a Walmart right there in town. A lot of times, it's a big a job center for a lot of smaller communities that are all over the United States. And if you think about it, if they can convert their already strong network of stores all over the United States and convert that into a fulfillment network and facilitate the shipping based on what they have existing in their stores, that could be huge. Now, of course, they don't have the little automated Kiva robots driving around their stores picking products. They don't have a lot of those efficiencies that Amazon has set up in their particular warehouses. They don't have people walking through Amazon warehouses trying to shop normally. So it is obviously a different model, but there is some, it gives you kind of pause to think about, well, how could they leverage their footprint in all these different places across the United States to actually turn themselves into a fulfillment network?
Well, if anyone can afford those robots, it's Walmart. So if it takes off, they'll be able to create that without an issue. I mean, even if you just look at Walmart and some of their product pages, they're starting to resemble Amazon pages. On the bottom, their sales ranking now. So you be in the food section, and it ranks, a bag of chips. This is ranked 3,300 out of, 27,000 food products. So, they're going to copy whatever Amazon's doing. It's interesting because Amazon, it's got all kinds of different diversified business interests where Walmart seems to just be, a massive consumer. I mean, Amazon is too, but I mean, they're reaching out into space travel and, all kinds of things from drone delivery to, it's interesting that I think they're just tackling two different angles. I think it's too early to say we should be worried, but we should definitely be concerned and keep an eye out as Amazon sellers. Walmart definitely has the funds and the capability and to compete with Amazon. So it's interesting for sure.
Yeah, I wanted to comment a little bit on that. When I was reading through this article, a couple really interesting points really kind of came up is, Walmart has to be a little bit worried at this point about possibly cannibalizing a lot of their existing sales by going this route and really offering the delivery options that they want to do. Because even though Walmart is actually, I believe, the largest grocery retailer in the U.S., they actually still get a lot of ancillary sales whenever customers shop there for the groceries. So if customers stop shopping in the stores, you don't have those situations where a customer could possibly purchase other products while they're shopping for their weekly groceries. So that's something that Walmart really needs to be careful of. And really the whole thing about this story is that Amazon is trying to be more like Walmart, and Walmart's trying to be more like Amazon. It's really interesting that these two companies are really trying to capture each other's market share. Amazon has their initiatives like Amazon Fresh, which offers the same day fresh grocery delivery in 40 marketplaces now, whereas Walmart basically already has that in, I think, 100 different marketplaces. Amazon also introduced that Amazon Go, the retail stores where you basically just go in and walk out without having to check out, and you just automatically get charged, which there's some people who are a little bit skeptical. That's kind of more of a marketing stunt more than anything else, and not really a viable option in the long run. But Walmart is ultimately closer to customers. They have so many physical locations that if they can really get down the fulfillment process, then I think that Walmart can be a really big contender in all this. But Amazon really does have the fulfillment process down, and I think as long as Amazon keeps to that core and is still able to provide customers that great free shipping and everything else that they're doing with their Prime processes and everything else, then I think that Walmart just needs to be careful about how they kind of continue in this manner.
Looked it up. Walmart actually has 42 distribution centers measuring over 1 million square feet apiece. So that's an interesting idea. In addition to all their retail outlets, right? So they do have a substantial distribution center network as well. All right. Shall we move into the commercial, Phil?
Absolutely.
All right. So Tim's going to pull up our website here at awesomedynamic.com. We do Amazon consulting, Amazon management. We also do search engine optimization and website design. So depending on, and like it says right here at the top, it's all about getting targeted customers. The reason why we focus on Amazon so much is because our SEO has really helped us take off in terms of connecting with people worldwide. And there's a lot of folks out there that really struggle with different aspects of selling on Amazon. A lot of them are engaged in some way. Some of them are not. Lots of them are frustrated. We can help you whether you have a new product and you've never sold on Amazon before, you have an invention, or if you're a large brand that has a giant mess all over Amazon, you need somebody a team to come in and clean up that whole situation for you. We do all those things and everything in between. And that's where the consulting comes in to help you learn how to do these things on your own versus the management where we just take over and you can sit back and relax and we take care of everything for you. So the SEO services, obviously that's to get you found on Amazon. Website design, we want to make sure you have a great foundation so your website can get found and it really converts new visitors to your website into actual phone calls and leads that you can then close on. So those are essentially in a nutshell the different services that Amazon has. And I'd like to mention, if you're joining us for this webinar live, you do have the ability to ask us questions during this webinar roundtable, and we'd love to answer any specific questions that you have. So if you do join us and ask us those questions, you have us for free during this period of time to answer any specific questions that you may have. Definitely check out our blog and our past webinars up at the top right of the website. You can see all the great topics that we've gotten into in the past, and we'll certainly get into some more as time marches forward. With that being said, Phil, let's see what the next topic is. Does that sound all right to you?
That sounds real good. Okay, this one concerns another sector that Amazon is taking on, and reports suggest that in recent months, Amazon has entered into contracts with several large auto parts makers in the U.S. And so then this becomes the next question. I mean, Amazon has, obviously, they began in books and in digital media, and they established a footprint not long after that in the apparel business. And this is the next, evidently, big sector that they're aiming for. And what does this mean then to the brick and mortar auto parts stores, as well as the auto parts sellers on Amazon itself? And can Amazon get those parts to my mechanic fast enough, or is this more meant for sort of the do-it-yourselfers that are out there? And then lastly, the big question is Amazon just going to continually do this sector by sector?
Yeah, Tim's playing the article right here. Just looking up a couple of the different articles that you had here, Phil. Looks like AutoZone is one of the major players here. And I can tell you, I've definitely gone into auto parts stores many times, and I have no idea what I'm looking for. And usually I have to go to one of the guys there, use that little computer thing and type in information about my car to figure out what I need to cross-check the number. I've seen on Amazon that they attempt to do this, or you pick the product, you pick the make or you pick the make, the model, the year, and all this other stuff, and it's supposed to help you figure out what you need. I don't know how many of our viewers are familiar with a website called Rock Auto, but that website really does, I think, a great job of helping you understand what parts you need for your car. The other interesting thing about this is folks selling on Amazon, could be any third-party seller. So they could say that certain parts work on cars, and maybe they don't. So I'm curious as to how much of this partnership with AutoZone in this auto offering that Amazon's going to be putting on there is going to be limited or opened up to third-party sellers that have similar parts that might work instead of the AutoZone branded part. So there's a lot of questions here to see, well, how will the user interface work so it works better? Because I could tell you the few times I have tried to shop on Amazon for auto parts, it hasn't been the best experience. I feel like sometimes I need to go around the user interface to find the part that I'm looking for, and I have to go to some other website to find the model number of what I really need with the diagram showing me of the exact part in the exact place on the car for what I need before I dive into Amazon to see if they even have it available. And then even at that point, I'm checking Amazon, I'm checking eBay, I'm checking a few other places to see if I can find the part. So my experience in the past hasn't been great, so obviously we need to get a user interface upgrade upgrade here. And then the other concern I brought up was just, you know, is it going to be opened up to those third-party sellers? Is it going to be restricted? And that's going to really affect the continuity of the experience after I order the part.
Yeah, I think one place that, you know, even though Amazon's looking for vendors or manufacturers who can sell directly to them and be able to sell those then on Amazon.com, I think the really big opportunity for a lot of third-party sellers is in the support arena. You know, I don't know what kind of initiatives that Amazon has to be able to help a customer, you know, troubleshoot something, or let's say, you know, the part wasn't quite right. I just don't know how knowledgeable they're going to be. But, you know, as Amazon keeps on expanding into these new marketplaces, I think it then becomes a destination for people who, instead of thinking, oh, I need an auto part, they're going to go instead to a brick and mortar store like AutoZone. They're going to think of going to Amazon. But that's really interesting, Paul. You brought up the fact that, you know, who really wants to wait, you know, even 2 days for a part. You know, your car is broken, you know, you want it to be fixed today. But Amazon is always increasing their availability of their same day delivery options. And I think that's really where, if Amazon focuses on that aspect of it, I think that it can really give these retailers a run for their money.
I want to clarify a couple of things that I said. First off, AutoZone is not the supplier that Amazon's partnering with. In fact,
Correct.
as I look a little bit further, the article specifically says AutoZone, Advanced Auto Parts, O'Reilly Auto Parts. They're looking to offer parts that are 23% less than some of those different providers.
Yeah.
And then the article also says that they're looking to offer, to address your point, same-day delivery in 40 major U.S. cities. But you're right, Tim. If I'm not in one of those 40 U.S. cities and I want to fix my car today, I'm just going to buzz down the street to see if they got it, or even pick up the phone and call them. And you know what? That's the other big thing here. If the user interface on this thing isn't really solid and it's not super user friendly, it's easier a lot of times to just call up the person that works at the auto store, and they're experts. They know how to look up parts. A good friend of mine used to be a parts guy at Ford. And a lot of these guys know the part numbers off the top of your head. You describe kind of what you're looking for. You know, it's the back of the headlight cover thing. I don't know what it's. Oh, you mean the back, the headlight back cover cap, or they'll just rattle off what it's called. Oh, it's the Frabis rod. They're like, I don't know what to call it when I'm trying to find what it is. And that sort of issue gets complicated when I'm shopping online. I just don't know what to call it. But when you have somebody that has that expertise, they've seen it before, they can understand how you're describing it and point you in the right direction. That's difficult to make into an internet interaction framework. So I wonder if maybe they could add a chat function to this where they actually have folks that help you.
Sorry, go ahead, Blake. You go ahead, and I'll have a comment after you.
You sure?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay. No, I just see this more as Amazon getting into the interchangeable. I haven't read the article, but to me, from a zoomed out perspective, the way he's interested in space, and I'm sure Bezos and their team are smart enough to understand that, you know, autonomous driving is heading their way, and they're not looking to manufacture cars. I think they're just into getting into much cheaper manufactured parts that apply to spaceships, cars, anything with drones, anything that's going to be moving products, whether it's interplanetary or I see them just wanting to, because I'm pretty sure Bezos is on the team that wants to be one of the first guys that pulls in one of those asteroids or those things that are just full of like diamond. It's just an asteroid that's just a huge floating diamond. Just bring it back, and he's got, you know, this giant diamond that he just hauled back to Earth. It's like something out of a space movie. But I just see them getting into a very big interchangeable parts game in the future. So that's how I see this. And their first step into that is, how can we get cheap parts to people who use a bunch of metal and that's vehicles. In my opinion, it's a lot less in computers these days. It's like vehicles. Everyone needs it, even if it's autonomous. We can provide that part, and we can also harvest all these materials from, you know, Earth and space. So interesting hippie point of view.
Yeah, that's really interesting to see how, you know, Amazon is really trying to dominate all these different aspects and really thinking forward to all that. And I just wanted to quickly mention that you know, this is really giving, you know, a lot of brick and mortar retailers. You know, I used to work at Best Buy, and you know, while I was working there, the writing was really on the wall where, you know, most consumers are starting to see that because they have a bigger selection, because the pricing is much more favorable, because they can still get the product shipped to them very quickly, that people are just starting to shy away from, you know, going to a physical brick and mortar store to buy their products. And you know, much like Best Buy, what happens is a lot of these retailers are really looking for any way they can to improve their bottom line, and therefore start basically pursuing private label parts from foreign sources rather than purchasing their products from manufacturers. So while the problem is, while that can improve their bottom line and improve their profits, there's a lot of manufacturer loyalty that's lost as a result. And because Amazon is willing to offer 30% more than a lot of the retailers would offer to these manufacturers for these parts, they really are you know, more than willing to sell to someone like Amazon, who can make their products available throughout the whole country. So it's this article mentions that a lot of these retailers are really just shooting themselves in the foot, just instead of, you know, having that loyalty towards these manufacturers of these parts. They just they're just worried too much about their bottom line, and you know, it's just it's the next domino to fall in terms of retailers losing out to Amazon.
Well, let's take a look at our next article. This is about the Dash, right, Phil? What do we got here?
Yeah, a few news stories in the trades and so on about Amazon wanting to add a dash button to the website and the mobile app. I guess they've done so now. It's up and running. And so it begs the question for people who aren't aware of the dash button. First of all, what is a dash button? Why does it now need to be digitized? And if it is what I think it is, why do we even need them at all now that we all have Alexa, right?
That's right. And there's actually a video that Amazon put out that kind of introduces all of that concepts. I don't know if we wanted to watch that really quick to get a quick primer on that.
Sure, please do.
All right.
Life is unpredictable. Ordering your favorite products doesn't have to be. Introducing Your Dash Buttons, exclusively for Prime members. Your shortcut to quickly find and reorder all your favorite products on the Amazon mobile app or website. Your Dash Buttons are automatically created for the products you buy most, so they're ready when you need them. Create as many Dash Buttons as you want from the millions of Prime eligible products by clicking Add to Your Dash Buttons on the product detail page. Sort, organize, or delete buttons, all on the Your Dash Buttons page. Tap a brand to see the product price, or give your button a special label. And when it's time to reorder, just go to Your Dash Buttons and press the button to order. All your favorite products are right at your fingertips, ready to reorder in seconds. Your Dash Buttons from Amazon. Shortcuts to shop your favorite products.
Did she just order that cat on Amazon?
I'm a little worried then.
when you need a new cat, just go right to that button. That's what it is. You know, the other question that came up just in viewing that video that seems apparent to me, and I'll add this question into the mix if you don't mind, is can any Amazon seller offer one?
I'm glad you brought that up, Phil. Sorry, I didn't change the camera here. Yes. Well, Phil, so that's a really good question. The answer is yes. This is actually, so I did a little bit of digging, and there's some help files actually on Seller Central currently about this, but both vendors and brand registered sellers can now offer virtual dash buttons, just like they indicated on there. So, you know, we always talk about all the new benefits that Amazon is going to continue to offer brand registered sellers. This is another one. If you have a consumable product that you want to be able to have someone, you know, have the just a one-click order thing with these dash buttons, yeah, they have a way for you to be able to download a template from Seller Central and be able to fill it out and put your artwork that needs to show up in the dash button and send it to Amazon. Then they will allow people to add dash buttons for your brand registered products. So that is huge. I think that's a really cool thing that you can do.
Very cool. And I was just thinking, what are some of the weirdest things you could put in the in the Amazon dash button program? But maybe we don't want to get into that now. So, with that being said, it's cool that people can get themselves set up on it with the virtual dash button. The other question is, well, why do you need a physical one when you have the virtual ones? Well, sometimes in your daily life, and this is where a lot of things are going. I know Sonos and the Amazon Echo kind of talked about this. When you're in the moment, you don't want to have to go and do something out of what your normal routine or flow would be. So that's where the physical dash buttons, if you're in the laundry room, you're out of tide, let's say your cell phone's not in your pocket, or you don't want to go unlock your phone, go to Amazon, go to the dash button screen and push the button. I know it seems trivial, but if there's a button attached to your washer, your laundry washer right there, you just push the button. Okay, I just pushed the button. I'm going to have my Tide in a couple days, and that's all I have to do. So it's in the normal flow of life, and that's where a lot of these different technologies are going across the board, where you don't have to stop and pause what you're doing to take a next action on getting something done, and that's the whole concept behind this, especially the physical dash buttons. Did you guys have any other additional commentary here, or are we going to go into the speed round?
I don't. I didn't know if anyone else did.
Nope.
All right, sounds like we're going to move right along. So, Tim, you're going to be leading this round, is that right?
I could if you want me to. It's fine with me, unless Phil, did you want to do this?
Well, you know what? Let me just introduce the concept of it and maybe kick off the first couple questions. The idea behind what we're going to do with this speed round or a rapid fire round is just to cover things that we're not going to have a whole lot of time to get to, but they are current events and they are in the news related to Amazon. So with that, let's just see how quickly we can just give some input on some of these headlines that came up in the last week or so. The first one is that Amazon is expanding into ocean freight. So Amazon now is going to handle the shipments of goods to their warehouses. In particular, this is coming in shipments that come in from China. They are reserving good space on those freighters. And so what does this mean? I mean, is this a control thing, or is there more to this?
Yeah, and I also kind of wonder, are they going to expand the benefit of their low-cost shipping options then, which is the hope, to third-party sellers who get their product shipped into the U.S. or something like that. So still a lot of questions, but it's just another example of Amazon trying to expand their fulfillment network so they don't have to rely on third-party companies to do all of it for them.
Another floating warehouse. We saw those ones with the blimps last week up in the air. Here's another floating one in the ocean. What's our next topic, Phil?
Well, Amazon, this has been just in the last few weeks regarding Amazon's growth. They're planning to hire 100,000 or more full-time employees. And so the question that comes up is, well, obviously it spells growth, but I mean, in what ways? I mean, where are they expanding primarily? And is that indicative of anything in particular? And how can sellers grow with Amazon?
Yeah, it's a really good point. Go ahead, Paul.
I was going to say the Prime program. So being an FBA, we talk about this with Amazon clients all the time. Amazon is adding, again, more benefits to Prime, more Prime members, more benefits to brand register members. If you're with the Prime specifically, you got these drones, you got the one-day shipping in some markets, same, within hours shipping. They're just adding more and more and more to that program. So if you want to get on board and you want to evolve with Amazon, being in that FBA program versus not is really, really a powerful thing.
Okay. Blake, did you have anything you wanted to mention on that one?
No, I think that's just them expanding their line. I'm excited as an Amazon seller. I'd be afraid as a freight company or third-party logistics. Good. It's a tough, double-edged sword.
All right. Next, I'm just going to fire the next one out there. PayPal. PayPal has been talking with Amazon. and in regard to payments. And this is what PayPal's CEO broke in the news the other day. Bloomberg covered it. So nothing definitive has developed yet, but the discussions are ongoing. And I mean, what is the end game here? I mean, is Amazon looking to benefit from access to all of the PayPal loyalists, or is there anything in that that's worthwhile?
Yeah, it's a payment option that hasn't been available on Amazon, and there are PayPal was originally created by eBay years and years ago, and the idea that okay, now all of a sudden PayPal is going to be available for Amazon is an interesting development. I don't know where it will go. I personally prefer to operate with my own card outside of PayPal, but PayPal does offer you some options to get around some situations by connecting different payment sources to it. So it'll be interesting to see how that develops.
All right, I'm just going to move right on then to the next and final rapid fire topic, and that is that Amazon has been subpoenaed by 3 major textbook publishers. I mean, these are household name publishers over counterfeit sales of textbooks. And does Amazon have they been developing any better, quick, more substantive way of preventing the sellers of counterfeit items?
Yeah, I know this is one of their biggest initiatives in 2017 is to solve the counterfeit issue across the board. But I believe what I heard from you, Phil, earlier was that there's even people who are photocopying photocopies of books, and they're being sold on Amazon as new items, and that's it's an epidemic. In fact, we have a whole webinar just talking about the epidemic of counterfeit items on Amazon. There's a lot of stuff going out there, and there's even people out there that do counterfeiting that buy their Amazon accounts from people who just set up Amazon accounts for counterfeiters, and that's all they do all day long and sell them. So this whole epidemic of counterfeit is something that's definitely perpetual in the Amazon community, and this is just one aspect of it. But it's something that Amazon has announced that they are going to work on. What form or fashion that's going to come into will be very interesting. Of course, different manufacturers are definitely advocating for themselves and saying, this is not right. Someone's selling this product that they couldn't possibly have it. I've done a test buy. Here it is. But sometimes as fast as you report those things, they pop up just as fast. So sometimes the strategy is to just make it more difficult to make your product counterfeitable and sellable on Amazon by staying on top of it, and they'll just kind of move on to the other folks that aren't being as proactive.
Great. I didn't have any other further comments on that unless Blake did.
No, not much. It's an epidemic, like Paul said, and just protect yourself as good as you can, like Paul said as well. I mean, it's a tough issue again, because there's always going to be, you'll never get rid of counterfeiters. So it's interesting to see how Amazon will combat it, because it's always a problem for everyone except for the people making money counterfeiting. So it's just such a touchy subject too, because so many people are affected by it. It's not a waste of time, but whenever you work on it as a business owner or for clients or a company, it just feels so horrible. So you hope that Amazon has something up their sleeve that will combat this in an effective, in a timely and efficient manner, because it just benefits everyone.
Yeah, this is good to see that Amazon's actually going to bat for sellers who sell legitimate products and are willing to go to this length. So this is a sign of good things to come, I think.
Good. It'll just be interesting to see what methods they deploy to help folks combat these sorts of issues. Well, with that being said, I think we'll go ahead and wrap things up here. Tim, if you wouldn't mind bringing up the website, the awesomedynamic.com website.
Absolutely.
And awesomedynamic.com. You can look at our webinars, past blogs, lots of great information, super valuable. If you haven't taken a look, you should definitely go there. We give out tons of free information on things that you should be doing in all aspects of your Amazon account and SEO and so on and so forth. If you liked what you heard today, we would love to get a 5-star review from you. If you go down to the bottom of our page, there is a Review Us button on there. I'll ask you a thumbs up, thumbs down. Of course, we're a thumbs up, and you'll be able to leave us a 5-star review. Again, that's 5 stars on Google or Facebook. So if you found this information valuable, please leave us a 5-star review. If you're interested in getting notified of any of our different webinars, whether that be roundtables or presentations on very specific topics to help enhance your Amazon presence, please sign up for our awesome list. You can do that right here on our homepage, or if you're visiting any of our different blog or webinar posts, you'll see that on the left-hand side, there's a spot to sign up for that as well. Again, we do our webinars, whether they're roundtables or full-on presentations, every Thursday at 12:30 Central Time. So you can always join us, come ask your questions. We'd be glad to help you out. We didn't get any questions today, but oftentimes we do, and we do encourage that. So with that being said, thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you next week.
Thank you.